The seed of warning, metallic seed pulsed with an inner light that made Ravi's weathered hands tremble. 3 days had passed since the strange girl vanished, leaving only this impossible artifact and words that haunted his dreams. Grow this before your skies dim too. He'd tried everything: water, soil, even burying it under the full moon as his grandmother once taught him. Nothing worked. The seed remained dormant, its cryptic message a constant reminder of Ayla's terrifying revelations about dying stars and collapsed civilizations. On the 4th morning, desperation drove him to the university in the nearby city. Professor Vikram Mehta, an aging astrophysicist with kind eyes and graying temples, listened to Ravi's story with surprising patience. "Show me," Vikram said simply. When Ravi placed the seed on the professor's desk, every piece of electronic equipment in the laboratory began humming. Computer screens flickered with cascading data streams. The seed's glow intensified, responding to the electromagnetic fields around it. "This is impossible," Vikram whispered, his instruments detecting energy signatures that shouldn't exist. "The material composition, it's not from Earth. The atomic structure is too perfect, too organized." Within hours, Vikram had contacted his former student, Dr. Zara Okafor, now working at the Global Space Monitoring Consortium. She arrived by helicopter, her expression grave as she examined the seed with portable scanners. "Professor," she said, her voice tight with controlled excitement, "we've been tracking anomalous signals from the Tau Ceti system for the past 6 months. Pulses of organized energy that don't match any known natural phenomena. If this girl was telling the truth, then we're not alone," Vikram finished, "and we're in danger." The seed suddenly cracked open, revealing not a plant, but a microscopic crystalline structure that began projecting holographic star charts across the laboratory walls. The projections showed solar systems in various stages of collapse: red giants swallowing planets, neutron stars spinning wildly, white dwarfs growing cold and dark. At the center of each dying system, the same symbol appeared, a spiral pattern that matched the carving on the seed's surface. "It's a warning system," Sarah breathed. "This technology, it's scanning for stellar instabilities across multiple star systems. But how is that possible?" Ravi, still clutching his prayer beads, spoke quietly. She said her people sent signals across the stars. Maybe they're still out there, trying to warn others." The holographic display shifted, focusing on Earth's solar system. The spiral symbol appeared near the sun, pulsing with increasing urgency. "Our star," Vikram said, his face pale. "It's showing instabilities in our own sun." The three of them stared at the impossible technology before them, realizing that humanity had just received its first genuine message from the cosmos, and it was a warning that their time might be running out. The engineer's gambit, Captain Marcus Webb, had seen enough impossible things in his 30-year military career to know when something was genuinely world-changing. The emergency briefing at Peterson Space Force Base contained only 12 people, the most classified gathering he'd ever attended. General Patricia Stone, head of Space Command, gestured to the holographic displays. 3 weeks ago, we thought this was elaborate fiction. Now our best scientists confirm it. The technology is genuine, and the warning is real. Solar instabilities that could trigger catastrophic events within the next 50 years. Dr. Zara Okafor stood beside the recovered seed, now housed in a containment field. "The crystalline matrix is teaching us things about stellar mechanics we never imagined. But more importantly, it's showing us something else: escape routes." The display shifted to show star maps with highlighted pathways between systems. Webb studied the complex three-dimensional routes with a tactician's eye. "These aren't random," he said. "They're planned evacuation corridors. Someone mapped safe passage between viable star systems." "Exactly," Okafor nodded. "But here's what's truly remarkable: the energy requirements for the journey are within our theoretical capabilities. If we could build the right ships." Engineer Lieutenant Yuki Tanaka, barely 30, but already holding to advanced degrees in propulsion systems, stepped forward. "I've been analyzing the power signatures. The technology hints at something beyond conventional fusion-controlled matter-antimatter reactions, channeled through crystalline matrices similar to the seed." General Stone leaned back in her chair. "How long would it take to develop, with unlimited resources and global cooperation?" Tanaka paused, running calculations. 10 years for a prototype, 20 for a fleet capable of carrying significant populations. "We don't have 20 years, Webb said grimly. "If this warning is accurate, we need to prepare for the worst-case scenario while hoping for the best." Dr. Okafor activated another holographic sequence. "There's more." The seed has been broadcasting a response signal extremely low power, but detectable by anyone with the right equipment. We've received 3 answering signals from different sectors of the galaxy. The room fell silent. Webb felt the weight of humanity's future settling on his shoulders. 3 other civilizations, General Stone said slowly. 3 other species that received similar warnings and survived. Or, Webb countered, 3 other species currently fleeing their own dying stars, just like us. Tanaka suddenly looked up from her tablet. General, request permission to begin immediate research and development. If we're going to build an ark for humanity, we need to start now. But we're not just building ships, we're building hope. Granted, Stone replied. Full authorization, unlimited budget, absolute secrecy until we know what we're dealing with. As the meeting dispersed, Webb approached the containment field housing the seed. Its gentle glow seemed almost welcoming now. Thank you, Ayla, he whispered. Whoever you were, wherever you came from, thank you for the warning. The seed pulsed once, as if acknowledging his words, and Webb realized that humanity's greatest adventure was about to begin. The beacon calls 5 years had passed since the discovery, and the secret had grown too large to contain. Dr. Amara Osei stood in the command center of humanity's first orbital construction facility, watching the skeleton of the Prometheus take shape against the starfield. The ship was massive, 3 kilometers long, designed to carry 50,000 souls across the void. The Chinese have completed their ship, reported Commander Dmitry Volkov, the facility's security chief. The Long March launches next month for the Kepler 442 system. The European Union's Concordia isn't far behind. Amara nodded, her attention focused on the data streams flowing from the original seed. After 5 years of study, humanity had learned to partially decode its warnings. The solar instabilities were accelerating not in 50 years, but in 15. Any word from the response signals? She asked. Still transmitting, Volkov replied. But something's changed. The patterns are becoming more complex, more urgent. Dr. Okafor thinks they're not just acknowledgments anymore, they're instructions. The main display flickered, showing the familiar star map with the 3 response signals. But now, new information overlay the display, detailed technical specifications, planetary data, and something that made Amara's heart race. Atmospheric composition, readings that matched Earth's biosphere. They're not just telling us where to go, she breathed. They're telling us where we can actually live. A new voice broke through the communication system. Dr. Osei, this is Captain Jamal Rodriguez aboard the Prometheus. We're ready for our first test flight. Amara activated the shipboard comm. Captain, confirm your crew status. Full complement aboard, Mum. 200 volunteers from 47 nations. If this works, we'll be humanity's first interstellar travelers. The Prometheus represented 5 years of unprecedented global cooperation, built with technology reverse engineered from the seed, powered by controlled antimatter reactions, and guided by crystalline navigation systems that could plot courses through spacetime itself. Engaging drive systems, Rodriguez reported. Crystalline matrix is showing stable resonance patterns. Navigation computers are plotting the first jump to Proxima Centauri. Amara held her breath as the ship's experimental drive system activated. The Prometheus didn't accelerate, it simply folded space around itself, creating a bubble of normal spacetime while the universe moved around it. Jump successful. Rodriguez's voice crackled with excitement. We're in the Proxima system. Confirming. Planetary signatures, my God. Dr. Osei, there's a ship here. The display lit up with incoming data from the Prometheus. The images showed a vessel unlike anything in human imagination. Organic curves blended with crystalline structures, clearly alien but somehow familiar. It's broadcasting the same signal as our seed. Rodriguez continued. But there's more, it's transmitting in multiple languages. I'm reading English, Mandarin, Russian, Arabic, and at least 12 others. Amara felt tears forming in her eyes. They've been waiting for us, receiving a message now. Rodriguez said, It's beautiful. They're welcoming us home. The message appeared on the display, written in perfect English. Greetings, children of Earth. We are the gardeners, and we have been waiting for you to bloom. Your courage in the face of cosmic winter proves that humanity is ready to join the greater community of travelers. Welcome to the stars. As Amara watched humanity's first contact with an alien civilization unfold, she realized that Ayla hadn't just brought a warning, she had brought an invitation to something magnificent. The gardener's test captain Jamal Rodriguez had seen many wonders in his naval career, but nothing had prepared him for standing on the bridge of an alien vessel. The gardener ship Eternal Bloom was a living marvel, walls that pulsed with bioluminescent patterns, floors that felt warm beneath his feet, and air that tasted of spring rain and growing things. His host, who called themselves Keeper Neth, stood 7 feet tall with elongated limbs and skin that shifted between deep green and golden brown. Their voice was melodious, speaking through a translation device that rendered their words in perfect English. "Your species intrigues us, Captain Rodriguez," Neth said, their large eyes reflecting an ancient sadness. "Most civilizations we encounter are fleeing their dying stars in panic, having ignored the warnings until the last moment. But humanity received the warning and chose to prepare rather than simply escape." Rodriguez studied the star charts displayed on the ship's living walls. "You've done this before, helped other species survive their stars' deaths." "We are the gardeners," Neth replied. "We tend to life across the galaxy, planting seeds of hope wherever we find them. But we have learned that not all species are worthy of the gift we offer." The display showed the history of the gardeners' interventions. Dozens of worlds, hundreds of species. Some had thrived, establishing new homes among the stars. Others had failed catastrophically, turning their rescue into conquest or destroying themselves through infighting. "You're testing us," Rodriguez realized. "This isn't just a rescue mission. It's an evaluation." Neth's skin shifted to a deeper green, indicating what Rodriguez had learned was approval. "Your species has shown remarkable unity in the face of extinction. 5 years ago, you were divided by borders, ideologies, and resources. Now you work as one people, building ships that represent the best of all your cultures. What happens if we fail your test? Then you receive only what you have earned through your own efforts." Neth replied, "The technology you've derived from the seed, the ships you've built, the knowledge you've gained. But if you succeed." The walls around them transformed, showing images of vast space stations, garden worlds, and technology beyond human imagination. "The Conclave of Gardeners," Neth explained, "a community of species who have transcended their original limitations. Each brings unique gifts. The Jolter are master engineers, the Kienri are living computers, the Verhai manipulate matter at the quantum level. Together, we preserve life across the galaxy." Rodriguez felt the weight of humanity's future pressing down on him. "What do we need to do?" "Prove that humanity can think beyond itself," Neth said. "Your sun's instability will affect more than just Earth. The gravitational disruptions will impact 17 other developing worlds and nearby systems. The test is simple. Will humanity use its new capabilities to save only itself, or will it choose to become true gardeners?" The captain's mind raced. 17 worlds, billions of lives that hung in the balance. The logistics alone were staggering, but the moral imperative was clear. "How long do we have?" 12 Earth years before the cascading failures begin," Neth replied. "Enough time. If your species chooses wisdom over survival." Rodriguez activated his communication link to Earth. "Dr. Osei, we need to talk. Humanity just received its final examination, and the stakes couldn't be higher." As he prepared to deliver news that would reshape human civilization, Rodriguez realized that the fruit seller's encounter with Ayla had been more than first contact. It had been the beginning of humanity's transformation from a planetary species to something far greater. The choice of gardeners. 10 years had passed since Captain Rodriguez's return from the Proxima system, and Earth had become unrecognizable. The planet now served as the coordinating hub for the largest rescue operation in galactic history. Admiral Fatima al-Rashid stood in the Global Command Center, watching real-time displays of humanity's unprecedented undertaking. "Status report," she commanded. Lieutenant Commander Chenwei gestured to the massive holographic display. "Fleet deployment at 97%. We have 43 ARC ships positioned across 17 star systems, with evacuation operations proceeding on schedule. The New Horizon just completed extraction from the Tau Ceti system to billions sentients safely aboard." Al-Rashid marveled at the numbers. Humanity had not only saved itself, but had become the galaxy's most effective rescue fleet. The technology shared by the gardeners, combined with human ingenuity and determination, had created a new type of civilization, one dedicated to preserving life across the cosmos. "Any word from the Gardener Conclave?" she asked. "Keeper Neth's ship just arrived in Earth orbit," Chen replied. "They're requesting immediate meeting with senior command within hours." Al-Rashid found herself in the same conference room where the first emergency briefing had taken place 15 years earlier. Keeper Net's presence filled the space with an aura of ancient wisdom, but there was something new in their posture: respect, perhaps even admiration. Humanity has exceeded all expectations, Neth began. In the history of the Conclave, no species has ever attempted to save others before ensuring their own survival. You have sacrificed resources, time, and lives to preserve civilizations you had never met. Dr. Amara Osei, now Director of Interstellar Relations, leaned forward. We learned from your example. The seed showed us that survival isn't just about preserving yourself. It's about preserving the future. The 17 worlds you have saved represent more than just populations, Neth continued. The Kithara from Tau Ceti are master biotechnicians. The Harmonious from Wolf 359 understand quantum consciousness. The Builders from Kepler 45 to be manipulate gravity itself. You have saved the teachers who will shape the next million years of galactic civilization. Al-Rashid felt a profound sense of completion, and Earth will be preserved as a monument to choice, Neth replied. The gardeners will stabilize your son, not because you cannot do it yourselves, but because you have earned the right to call this system home while you tend to the galaxy. The holographic display activated, showing Earth surrounded by massive, alien construct stellar engineering on a scale beyond human comprehension. The sun's instabilities were being corrected with surgical precision. Welcome to the Conclave of Gardeners, Neth said formally. Humanity is hereby granted the rank of Elder Gardeners, the first species to achieve this status through sacrifice rather than self-preservation. As the meeting concluded, Al-Rashid stepped outside to look up at the stars. Somewhere in the distance, she could see the lights of construction, new ships being built, new technologies being developed, new worlds being prepared for the refugees. Humanity had saved Dot in a small village market, now a memorial site. An elderly man named Ravi still sold fruit to visitors from across the galaxy. The metallic seed sat in a place of honor beside his stall, not just a warning anymore, but a symbol of what humanity had chosen to become. She knew. Ravi often told visitors, Ellen knew we would make the right choice. She saw something in us that we didn't even know was there. The seed pulsed gently in the afternoon light, its message complete. Humanity had not just survived the death of their star, they had transformed it into the birth of something magnificent. The gardeners had found their newest and most promising students, and the galaxy would never be the same.